Guys, welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3. Last time, we made our way to the Archon Cathedral, which of course was locked. This is the front door there, and it's locked from both sides, yet as soon as we do something, presumably the next scene, it magically gets unlocked and you can just walk in and out. I don't know why it's like that, but it is. If you have not made the preparations that I did from last time, I would highly recommend you do that. Make sure you protect against those, have sensor on, D-beam. Let's go. I said this area was full of bosses. You didn't believe me. We got more bosses.
I've been waiting for you, Xenosaga.
And Voyager's back, with his gravelly voice and all. Now, I was saying something about Final Fantasy VIII in the last one. Well, this reminds me of it even more. Not that it's anything similar to anything in Final Fantasy VIII, save for an old castle, in this case a cathedral, and just that music is starting to get that Final Fantasy VIII idea in my head. I should probably play that again. It's been a long time.
Hey, that's...
Voyager.
I was certain you'd come here.
What's going on? What's he got to do with this place?
This is where he killed my wife and child.
Yeah. I said this is where Ziggy was placed, or where he was located when he was alive and he was a captain of a police force. Now, pretty much all of the events that take place there are covered in Pied Piper, which I've talked about multiple times, as well as the fact that we're going to get database entries in the form of an update file somewhere throughout this final dungeon, but it's after this scene. So if you want kind of a greater understanding of what happens, wait till we get to that point where we'll go over it in the database and then come back and rewatch it. You'll kind of see his emotional state. Obviously, his wife and son were killed. It's his stepson, by the way, not his biological son. Not that that changes anything, but yeah, it's Voyager's an evil bastard.
Voyager, I'm already dead. Whatever you're scheming in this place means nothing.
No, you're still suffering, even now. Aren't you? Time stopped for you on that day. You can never escape from it. If you'd heeded my warning and became a testament together with me, you wouldn't have had to suffer like that.
Ziggy, a testament?
Yes, this was one of the things I can't recall if I even talked about, but basically the offer was made for Ziggy, Xenosaga, to join Voyager, who had very recently become the Black Testament. Now, they didn't specifically say he would become a testament. It was more like, join me, and we'll rule together, blah, 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 evil thing. You know, we've heard this all before. But specifically, he was offered to become a testament. That was when Ziggy took his own life.
Why are you so surprised? The same applies to all of you. You, and you. All of you possess the characteristics to become one of us. He knows that, and has been observing you all this time.
Now, they keep using the indefinite pronoun he when we're pretty sure at this point, considering the Testaments only ever talk about he, we're assuming at this point that it's probably Wilhelm? We're still not 100% sure, but that's what we're guessing.
He? Observing what?
Yes. He planted an observational program in a special realian.
Momo?
Didn't you notice
No,
him
not
standing
Momo.
by and watching you?
Obviously
for
not
15
Momo. That wouldn't make any
years?
sense.
Program Kanan, or perhaps I should say, Lactus.
Now, you will not understand the significance of why he said Lactus in such a way, unless you played Pied Piper. I'm going to be a broken record in this episode about that, because most of this storyline between Voyager, Kanan, and Ziggy all focus upon events that happened in Pied Piper.
Lactus? That's impossible. That was 100 years ago.
somehow he didn't recognize him. Maybe he's got a different... Something's different now. I don't think Realians contain changed shells or anything.
Lactus. I was given that name 100 years ago to observe both Voyager and you, Captain.
Apparently, the person who gave him that program saw the potential in both Voyager and Ziggy.
And now, I am observing all of you, Rubido.
Kanan is an observer?
Keenan, you're kidding, right? There's no way you'd be a spy.
Rubido, what he says is true. That's how I'm programmed.
Keenan, you've been betraying us this whole time?
Now, this goes back to the scene with Chaos, and of course, Junior, you're being an idiot there, but obviously he doesn't like the fact that he's been doing this. It's plain right across his face. But the fact that he's been programmed in such a way is why he was talking to Chaos in the Ames hangar and said that he wished someone else had created him because he doesn't like the program or the reason for which he exists. And as it seems, that reason is to spy on the people that he cares for.
Say something. Answer me, Keenan.
Don't be so hard on Lactus. That's what he was made for.
Exactly.
Just as you were created to be a weapon, he was created to be an observer.
Referring to Junior.
I'm sorry, Rubido.
Keenan.
Enough of this, Voyager. Why are you doing this? What's the point in making Lactus suffer now?
Because Voyager's evil.
Is this why you became a testament? What's your real objective? Answer me, Eric.
I became a testament to escape the fear of death and to obtain eternal pleasure.
Now, again, back to Pied Piper. Part of what Eric was supposed to be doing as Voyager was he had an agreement with Yuriev at one point. Again, Yuriev old, we know this. But he also had tried to come in contact through the net, and eventually he came in contact with Udu, hence the fear of death. It's another person that Udu has massively shaped the future of.
It had nothing to do with you, Xenosaga. The reason I concern myself with you is extremely simple.
I'm an asshole. Of course it's his mech. It already made sense.
I just want to enjoy my eternal life along with you.
Okay, I just look at this and I'm instantly get a nice callback going to Xenogears. The only person, save for Maria, who stood on top of their gear in that game was Graf. All powerful and all powerful. You can see the parallels. It's not the only person that has a parallel to Graf or Lacan or any of that, but I'll get into that later.
100 years ago, you ignored my words and ended your own life. That is something I cannot accept.
Is that the reason why you decided to choose this place?
Exactly. This is the place where the curtain was closed. Now, let's move on to the encore.
That's a Big Mac, and probably not very maneuverable.
I will have the pleasure of finishing you off myself. Just like I did your own son.
Son of a bitch. Yeah. He's an asshole. Speaking of assholes, I'm an asshole. I've got anima gauges. Let's use them. Now, this particular boss fight is rather interesting. We're going to start by using these two, and we're going to save the third one. I would recommend you save either Asher's or Dina's. Zebulon's isn't as important, just because it hits all and it does less damage overall. But once you've done that, we're going to start beating away on him just a little bit until he starts a new mechanic of the boss fight that he doesn't do for a little while. this is his main source of damage, which does a lot of damage. So just kind of be aware of that. He has decent evade, nowhere near as high as when we were fighting Pellegrini, but he has decent evade, and he blocks a decent amount too.
Here I go.
There we go. We even get some of those in there. That's very nice. And more ambushes. Now, in the previous episode, I had remembered this fight being really difficult. Of course, my test against him was rather straightforward and not too difficult, so chances are we're going to have a very hard time today if experience has anything to say about it.
No mercy.
Just a co-op, huh? Phantom Armor. At the end of each turn, elemental strength and weakness changes. The thing is, even if it says every turn, it's not every turn, it's most turns. Or he just changes to the exact same one a lot, because I've seen him stay with the same weakness, and see, as you can see with the X there, he nullifies one and is weak to another. And it'll change the entire time, which is why Sensor is absolutely a necessity for this fight. I'm going to fill out those. And I think I'm going to use Dina in order to heal, because the other two have a higher chance of getting, or can use more attacks because they're in anima mode. But you definitely want to keep your HP really high in this fight. He can basically cut everyone's HP in half in one round. So be very aware of that. We'll just use a half repair this time. Now, he's still weak to lightning, so I'm not going to make use of Dina's special attack yet. Basically, at this point, you're going to attack him, build up until you have level 3 anima, and then miss, and then wait until he changes his weakness to something that you can use a level 3 anima awakening on, and then unleash him once he's weak to it, because you'll get the most amount of damage that way. But yeah, just kind of pay attention, because certain turns he'll say nullify the amount of damage from beam. In this case, he's weak to beam, so we're going to go Anima Awakening level 3, and we're going to unleash hell on this guy. And I think I'm probably going to have to heal. Yeah, that up from like maybe 68 or something like that, 1,000 that it would normally do. I need to make sure I am fully healed, because I've lowered him below half, which means he's probably going to do Anima Awakening at this point. Anima level 1 and even level 2 at this point is just not worthwhile in a boss fight. You just don't get enough damage out of it. Since he's weak to beam, I can do 20,000 damage pretty easily, or pretty close to it.
I never thought I'd get to enjoy this experience again. I'm grateful to you, Xenosaga.
Yeah, here's his Anima Awakening. And I gotta heal again. Definitely gotta heal again. And so you want to... What was I talking about? I hate when the game interrupts me in the middle of a train of thought, because my thought disappears very quickly. Okay, so keep everybody fully healed. Yeah, I have no idea what I was talking about. I think it was something important too. Oh well. We can keep beating away on him. No ambush? I wanted an ambush. But yeah, we can do as much damage. I think that's what it was. We can do enough damage with a normal attack when the element is something he's weak to. Yeah, here's his powerful attack. You may want to charge before he unleashes this, but either way, you're going to have to heal afterward. So I'm going to heal with Zebulon, since she's closer to a full animal level 3. Go. But yeah, just make sure you keep your HP up there. That's why it's just not worthwhile to use, say, level 1 or level 2 animas are kind of worth it, but if you just save up another round or two, you can get level 3, and that's like triple the damage. So See, right now, beam is nullified, so I can't do any more attacks with Dina at all, which is rather unfortunate. So instead, I'm just going to start throwing healing items out on your turns, and Zebulon will probably just charge because can't do anything else, and you'll charge because can't do anything else, and he's weak to fire, so let's go and do some fire damage to him. But yeah, like, look at that. 24,000 almost. He increased his attack power. That's not good. But now he's weak to beam. So, and he's nullifying fire. So, Asher's not going to be able to build up too much. But luckily for Asher, he also has a physically based attack that I can use. But the other two are going to get to build up some of their anima gauge during this time as well, which is nice.
Well, will you prostrate yourselves and beg for your lives?
No. Yeah, once he starts doing an Anima Awakening, you have to heal. Make sure you're at full HP. So, weak to lightning. Oh, I have to. I have no choice. I have to use it. Special attack, Cerberus. There we go. And somehow it's Asher's turn again. Still weak to lightning. I will probably use Zebulon to heal, but yeah, you got to make sure that you're full health when he starts to do this. I don't think there's any way he can do any like super counter or anything like that, so let's see, half repair. And you can build up some more anima gauge, hopefully. Dina seems to miss very often in this fight for some reason. There's this Disruptor again, which is his most powerful attack. Just make sure you're fully healed when that starts, otherwise you are in a lot of trouble. Another half repair. Oop. Right, I'm still in Anima Awakening. Get some more hits in. The lower his HP, he starts unlocking like Wicked Laser 2 and whatever his other attacks are called, 2 instead of 1, and he starts doing quite a bit more damage. So, stop missing! And that was nullified anyway, so that didn't really matter because I wasn't paying attention. Let's throw half repair, I guess, since there's nothing I can do with you at the moment. And you might as well charge. I probably should have remove that status effect, but you're better off using damage. In fact, I should have used Zebulon's ability instead of wasting time. So you're weak to beam now. So I need to be weak to fire to make full use out of you, so let's do that. And hopefully Dina doesn't miss. Go, and I guess you might as well throw out half repairs. You have so many half repairs at this point, you get them as drops from pretty much everyone.
Let us proceed to the finale.
That you mine as well. So as he gets really low on HP, he'll start doing his Anima Awakening more often. So just kind of make sure. Unfortunately, beam is nullified again. But yeah, definitely build up to level 3 as often as you can, and hope that you get set up so that you can actually use your abilities. Unfortunately, right now... Oh, actually, I think I might just have enough to kill you. Let's see. Meteor Burst. Finish Strike? Really? Wow. And it's Beam right now, so I can't even use that. Well, that might have really sucked. Yeah, if you guard through it, you'll take even less damage. You know, pretty much cut it in half a lot of the time. So I still can't do anything with you. Let's do a half repair. And I can't do any damage with you at the moment, so you might as well charge. Let's do 3 stingrays to get to level 2. Hopefully that doesn't kill him. Now you're weak to lightning. Unfortunately, I don't have any other lightning abilities, and I probably need to kill you now. You're still immune to beam, so I can't use that. Actually, I should have used an analyze ball, but let's see. Let's go Anima 2. Hopefully this will be enough to kill him. Even though he's not weak to it at the moment. There we go. Yeah, nowhere near as difficult as I was expecting it to be based on how difficult the fight was against Pellegrini. Anyway, experience, points, and a completely useless item really at this point. We already have access to EN2, I believe, or maybe we don't. We have access to EN1, which gives us 50, and we have generators that give us 900 energy already. I think the max is 1,000 or 999. Maybe it goes above that, I don't know. It's not like you really need it, but anyway, that's pretty much all the time I have for today. Next time, we'll continue the cutscene that follows this, which needs a little bit more attention than I have time to devote to today. So anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.